Right, guys, so welcome back. We are having even more trouble with the race so far. I can't actually see this link for the stream, so let's just hope it's going to start and we don't get any stuck checks right now. So, we're starting the second race. You can see we've got only 10 drivers. 4 couldn't join the lobby due to some kind of glitch. I'm not sure what happened there. But we're just on the grid right now. We've got Figgy in first place, Castle in second. Let's see if Figgy can get a good start here.
Lights are out. And Figgy holds on to P1.
Looking pretty good. Castle looks like he got a good start, didn't he?
Norris got stuck. He's not moving.
And Castle jumps him, and Mary goes super deep into turn 1. I think that was a glitch there. Oh, Figgy has spun Castle. Oh, he's caused a lot of havoc going into turn 1. He's somehow come out in third place. I don't know how he did that. I don't think some of these drivers are going to be too happy with this. I don't see Max on the track either. And Mary's down in 9th place right now. He managed to get back on. Norris is stuck on the grid, so he's going to have to leave. I suppose that was kind of expected. But he's not going to be able to race today, unfortunately. So we need to get these things ironed out before the start of the next race. But other than that, at least we have 9 drivers, I think, racing right now. Super Bounty in first place, Havoc in second, Figgy in third, and Leaker in 4th place right now. I'm going to stay on board with Leaker for a while and see how he's getting on in his team captain Spinorama role right here. Mary and Bagpuss are in 8th and 9th. Bagpuss in 8th and Mary in 9th, beg your pardon. We have drivers jumping in and out of the room as well, so yeah, there seems to be something going on with the GT Sports servers right now.
Only one driver though.
Only one driver. Yeah, so we had Markov unable to join the game. Bob couldn't join the game either. Cranker keeps joining and rejoining, and Max is now left as well, so yeah, something weird is going on. We'll have to sort this out before next week. Leaker looking down the inside of Figgy, and he's got an overtake done.
Very clean, very clean.
Figgy's not giving up though. I'm going to jump down to Figgy's onboard and see how he's getting on, because he's right behind Leaker right now, and should get a slipstream, but because these cars are so heavy on fuel right now, it may not be that much of an advantage. They had to avoid Norris's car on the grid there. That's going to be quite a big hazard. They need to remove that car from the track. But Figgy's looking down the outside into turn 1. He's not going to get it turned in time. He's gone very, very wide there. And he's come off the track almost, but he's managed to keep it. And he's gone the gravel right now. And he's still kept his car straight. I don't know how he did that, but he's come into contact with Leaker. And he's been pushed wide slightly. Now Leaker has taken back 3rd place, as Figgy is now getting challenged by Shane. Shane is one of these really fast drivers, team captain of default. And in between him, we've got Tom as well, who's currently got a penalty, but he's racing in the Tag Her racing team again. I can't remember the names.
Track, he spins. Oh no.
Figgy's spinning, he's hit the wall, and he's come off track. He's probably going to get a penalty for that. And let's hope he's not too much of a hazard going into turn 6. I think everything looks okay.
I don't know if you've seen that robot, but Mary had spun not too long ago. Lost control of the car, but I think he's good now. He's at the back of the pack in P9.
Yeah.
So officially we have lost Mary, or not Mary, but who was not moving. I forgot who was it that was not moving for the race.
It was Norris. Norris is the one that couldn't pull away from the grid. Yeah, sorry, I just had to remember who it was there.
Well, the show must go on. We have 9 drivers, and Havoc is in P1. Super Bounty behind him, 4 points behind. Too bad they don't have DRS, eh?
That would be a pretty useful tool to have right now, because it is very difficult for these drivers to overtake, even with just the slipstream.
Right.
But yeah, I think that would be a pretty good thing to see here. I think you can get it if you race with the Formula 1 cars that they have in this track. I think they have a 2017 Mercedes, for example, where you can use DRS.
Right, and I do believe some type of curse system is implemented in this game as well.
Yeah, so
it's the same as it is in F1.
Really sorry to interrupt there, but we do have Castle about to make a big overtake on Leica as they're going around Curva Grande here. He's really close behind. He's looking down the inside as they are approaching turn 4. Let's see if he can get it done. He's down the inside and he's broken a little bit later, as we can see Leica's brake just glowing there, but he has got ahead. He's a bit scruffy out of turn 5, but he is ahead. He's ahead.
And he currently has the fastest lap.
Nice, and while that's happening, Leica is now getting challenged by Tom. Tom's just 3 tenths behind him. I'm not sure if Leica's getting to grips with this car right now, but Tom is really close and he's getting challenged by him as well now. How's Mary doing back in 9th place? Is he still on track, still okay?
So Mary seems to be okay. He's 2 seconds behind Bagpuss in P8, so as long as he can just stay on track and keep it consistent, hopefully he'll be able to catch up to P8 and maybe challenge for a position.
So Castle is now approaching Havoc. Castle has a lot of front left damage on his front spoiler. Not sure where he got that from, but he's now tailing Havoc. Going to jump to the onboard. He made a bit of a mistake there, and Leica's managed to catch up with him a fair bit. Leica's just 2 tenths behind him, and Castle's just 3 tenths behind Havoc right now. So he's in the middle of the Spinorama sandwich, but is he going to be able to brake a bit later and take Havoc right now? He is going a little bit faster than him. You can see him gaining slightly. Going to look to the rear and see where Leica is. Leica's not too far behind him either. He's caught up to Havoc now. Havoc has chosen the inside line. Castle has broken very late, and he's gone straight on. He's gone straight on. He's been reset to track. Havoc also had to cut the corner as well, but the Castle has lost out 2 positions there. He's now behind his teammate Tom.
You can see the Spinorama tactics in play at the moment. Leica and Havoc are both giving each other enough space on track. They're not trying to create too much traffic for one another. They're doing well. I was going to ask Robot, SMKP189, that's a new driver, yeah?
Yeah, that's Shane. He's the team captain of the default group. He's actually come from another league, RLH.
Okay.
And as soon as he heard that OFR was doing a GT Sport League, he jumped in. I think he's friends with Bagpuss, and Bagpuss recruited him, but he is really fast, and it wouldn't surprise me if he manages to get all the way up to first place here. I know he's a bit far behind. He's 8 seconds from the lead, but...
Yeah, gaining some position since the race had started, so that's why I had asked about him. I have my eye on him this year, so hopefully we could see him maybe possibly challenge for a podium. That would be nice to see. What's going on at the back of the pack? Piggy is currently at the back in P9. He's 6 seconds behind Mary in P8. And Mary is 1.5 seconds behind Bagpuss in P7.
Interesting.
So still a little bit of room to cover.
Yeah, and I think there's another battle going on again between Castle. So Castle's overtook his teammate again. Leica is now coming up right at the back of Havoc. Going to jump to the onboard and see. It doesn't look like Havoc's going to lift too early. I don't think there's any team orders going on. Leica just has... Oh, he is. Havoc has lifted early before he got to turn 1. So that looks like there are team orders going on here. Leica's overtaken him now, and now Havoc is going to be under pressure from Castle, who's right behind him. Castle getting really scruffy outside of turn 2. Let's jump to Havoc and see how close he is to Leica. He's pretty close. Looking at the rear, he's a bit further away from Castle, but I think Castle is going to be making a move on them all very soon here.
I think Havoc's job at the moment, I know Leica well, is for Havoc to be the defensive driver for the team right now. So he needs to slow down the back of the pack so Leica can create that gap. And if Havoc does a good job, he can possibly help Leica get that gap that he's trying to do.
Yeah, Havoc... Sorry, please continue.
No, that's what I was just noticing, that Havoc might be just planning to be defensive.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if you made a mistake there, but Castle has closed him down under half a second now. I think you need to be under half a second to hope that the slipstream's going to be an advantage for you down the main straight. But currently he is below, just 3 tenths behind, and he may be able to get this done.
Leica's 2.5 seconds roughly behind Super Bounty. If he gains any time. Shane now in P5. So he's still gaining those positions. Tom is battling him though, it looks like. Not too far behind. As well as Super Bounty has the fastest lap of the race at the moment with a 149.9. Lap times are getting quicker and quicker. I think we got up to a 148.8 last race, so it will be interesting to see if we could get possibly a faster lap this race.
That would be interesting to see.
And what's also interesting to see, Robot, is if you check the drivers' tachometers, you can tell who's spent a lot of time in their cars and who's fairly new in their seats.
Yeah, so I'm just looking at Mary right now. Mary's closing in on Bagpuss. I think he's 10 seconds behind, but he is catching him. He's currently done 904 miles in his car, whereas Bagpuss, his teammate, who's currently holding on to 7th place, has only done 790. Looks like Mary's got a bit more practice than Bagpuss, so how is it looking further ahead?
Okay, so from the top of the grid, Super Bounty in kilometers, he's done 1,387.
Wow.
So I would say that's a decent amount of experience over the few years this game's been out. In P2, Leica, he recently purchased this game, I would say, about within the last 2 months, and he's currently done 589 kilometers, which is not too bad.
Not too bad at all.
In P3, I'm not sure how long he's been playing the game, but in this current car, he has 396 kilometers logged. Castle with a whopping 1,769 kilometers. So more than likely, Castle is a GT Sport racer.
Wow.
Definitely.
So while that was going on there, Lex, sorry, I just wanted to say quickly that Leica has actually pulled away 2.5 seconds on his teammate Havoc right now, but Havoc is still having to put up with Castle, who's just 3/10 behind him. So I think switching positions there, letting Leica past, I think that was a good choice, because I think Castle would have overtaken Leica quickly and Havoc would have suffered even more. So I think there were a bit of team orders as Castle gets really messy out of turn 2 there. He's okay though, he's okay, but he's lost about a second again.
Just taking a quick look at everybody's fuel consumption and tire wear at the moment. From the top of the list, Super Bounty, he has about a quarter tank of fuel remaining, currently on lap 7, so he will be thinking to hit maybe this lap or the next lap. Definitely within the next 3 laps for sure he must hit. Also, his tire wear is not looking too bad. The same issue that I see with the left rear tire is happening with Super Bounty's car. I'm not sure if you can see the real robot where the
I see it. Yeah, I see it.
So yeah, it's I think it's a fact that this track definitely takes a toll on that left rear tire.
You're right.
Looking at Leica's fuel, he's a little bit under a quarter tank remaining. So yeah, the top drivers are going to have to pit within the next few laps. So we'll see whose strategy plays a better part for the race.
So I'm just switching between Leica and Super Bounty right now. Leica's catching him. He's caught him more than half a second just in the last 2 corners. He's going to overtake him soon. He's actually doing far better on the tyres, and he has a little bit more fuel. Let me just check that fuel again. He has less fuel, so he's in the pits. Leica's in the pits, as is Super Bounty. They're pitted. So let's see who's coming out first. So Leica's... He's still refueling right now. Bagpuss is in the... Everyone's in the pits. Is Mary coming in? He's not coming to the pit lane yet. Let's see if he's coming in.
Yes, he's in. Mary is entering the pits. Let's see, is
Super Bounty's out.
Figgy does not. Figgy takes the smart man's play, and he's going to see if he can gain. Figgy's now in P5. So let's see. Figgy has a little bit over a quarter tank of fuel, and his tire wear does seem expected for the lap he's on. So let's see when he chooses to pit now. Oh, he's out of P7 now. Okay. Now,
Leica's come out in 4th place, as has Havoc come out in 5th place. The only difference, so they were definitely stopped for a longer time, and the reason I say that is because both of them have almost a full tank of fuel, whereas 1, 2, and 3 only have 3/4. So are we seeing them going on to a one-stop strategy maybe?
I think What tire is 1, 2, and 3 on?
So I didn't see it, unfortunately. I am going to quickly go to the pause menu and let's see if we can see anything.
Okay.
So you can't see it there. No, you can't really tell unless I'm missing something completely. Oh, tire. Yeah, there we go. It says RSS. Is that super soft? I don't know what that stands for. But Lika Havoc.
Yeah, super soft.
Yeah, okay, so Lika, Havoc, Race Super Soft, that's what it is. Super Bounty, SMJT, Shane, Castle, Lika, and Havoc are all on the Super Soft tyres, so they're not going to be able to go to the end. But they're probably trying to go a longer stint. I think that's what they're doing here. So, yeah, a bit of a mix-up in strategies there, playing mind games already.
Definitely.
So, Lika came out 7 seconds ahead of his teammate Havoc. I'm not sure if Havoc's made a mistake. Havoc is getting approached by Bagpuss pretty soon. Bagpuss is just 1.1 seconds behind and closing him down. I think Havoc's going to be under pressure. I'm really surprised to see Mary all the way down in 8th place. It's honestly not where I expected to see him. I know he's a pretty fast driver, and you can see by his mileage that he's done a lot of laps around here as well. We've got a blue flag going on. Who's getting out of the way for a blue flag? It can't be Figgy, can it?
I can't find it. I'm not sure who has the blue flag. I think the blue flag may have
glitch, maybe?
Yeah, maybe it was a glitch or it came and it went. At the moment, there is not a driver that I can see that has blue flag markers.
Fair enough.
One
so
driver does have a penalty though. Tom does have a penalty at the moment.
Yeah, and also Shane is now 3/10 behind Super Bounty. He is going for the race. Oh, Super Bounty's gone wide. He's gone wide in his pink Force India Racing Point PWT car there, and Shane has taken the lead. He's jumped him around the second Lesmos there, and he's managed to work his way up into first place now. He's going to want to pull away so he can secure that first place for at least the next few laps, because Bounty is just 3/10, approaching 4/10 behind him right now.
At
Castle,
the moment,
go ahead.
Sorry to cut you. Shane does have the fastest lap at the moment, so I think he is getting into stride at the moment. He's on the track, getting comfortable. Loose. I think he's ready for a little battle.
Oh yeah, Castle getting a bit messy out of Ascari. Lex, I just got word from Max in the chat right now. You can actually see their tyres on the bottom left. You see where the tyre wear graphic is? It says what tyres on the front and top. Look, RSS.
Oh, RSS.
Yeah, so we can see it there.
Yes, I see that, yes.
Yeah, thanks for that, Max. And Jan is saying that I haven't done a replay yet. I think I've done one, but okay, the replays are going to get absolutely spammed now. You've got your wish.
Let's do it.
Let's do this replay thing. Right, so who's closest on track? Could you check the bottom 5? Well, from 5 down to 9th, and I'll check the top 4.
Okay, so from P9, Tom, he's 2 seconds behind Figgy in P8. Figgy is 1/10 behind Mary. Figgy actually just goes into the pits, so now he's in the back of the pack. Mary is 6 seconds behind Havoc, and Havoc is very close to Bagpuss. I think he's going for an overtake, and does he get it? It's close. They're fighting. Havoc does not get the overtake on Bagpuss, but they are very close. They are battling for that position.
Okay.
Havoc is on the not Havoc, sorry, Bagpuss is on the RSS tires, and he has a little bit over half a tank of fuel. So he is in a good position right now. His car doesn't seem too damaged. There's a bit of scratches on it. But...
So I think that gives us a perfect opportunity to do a replay. So I'm going to do the replay just before that overtake was done. I'm going to jump on board with... Who's this? It's Havoc, and yeah, Bagpuss went down the inside into turn 1. Havoc got a better exit out of turn 1, but then Bagpuss comes around the outside at turn 2, and he actually gets the overtake done before they get to turn 3. So that was a really brave move from Bagpuss there, but he managed to get it done. Good job.
Yeah, bravo.
So Havoc is not letting him go though. He's only 2/10 behind right now, and they are still fighting very, very hard here. Gonna jump back to the onboard. Sorry for jumping cameras there. He's 3/10 behind, and he is closing. Now behind him, he's got Mary, but he's 3.5 seconds down the road. So hopefully Bagpuss can slow Havoc down a bit and let Mary catch up and perform the overtake. I don't think he has the pace to overtake Bagpuss right now. He's getting a bit oversteery into the final corner at the Parabolica, but he's behind. Actually, I think he might be able to take him. He's got a far better run out of turn 11. and he's almost touching his rear right now. Spinorama is about to perform an overtake. Oh, Bagpuss is being aggressive on the inside. He's chosen the inside line, having switching to the outside. Can he brake a little bit later? No, he can't. And Bagpuss is going to... Oh, he's touched. They've come into contact.
Yeah.
But I think that was pretty hard racing, but fair. I think that was fair.
Yeah, I agree. That was very, very, very competitive racing, but they both kept it clean. And that's what we like to see here, right?
That's exactly what we like to see. Exactly. I couldn't have put it better myself. And whilst that was going on, Mary has gained 4/10 on Havoc. So maybe Bagpuss may be back. Oh, Havoc dives straight down the inside there. Oh, we've got a bit of a glitch going on with Bagpuss. He's jumping around everywhere. Yeah, he's still on track. He's still ahead. I think that was just a bit of a connection issue there. But yeah, that was strange. It's not like the usual F1 glitch, is it?
No, definitely not. It's a lot more dramatic. But I see here Shane set a new fastest lap of a 148.1, which I believe is the fastest lap recorded today in the race. So good job to you, Shane, for being the fastest on Monza today, currently.
Yeah, shout out to Shane, doing a very good job there. Jan saying he still wants more replays. Okay, we'll give them to you. As soon as these drivers close up a bit, you will see lots of replays. Now, we've got Tom down in 8th place. He's 3 seconds behind Mary. Then Figgy. Something's happened to Figgy because he's 30 seconds behind Tom right now. I don't think he's getting on very well in this Porsche. Team Captain Max must not be having a good day watching this.
Yeah, this is not a good one for him. But I'm sure he can just breathe and relax, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy the show. If you're watching Max, doing this one for you.
Yeah, it's still just pre-season. We will hopefully sort these connection issues out before the start of next week. All we need to do is find a suitable host that everyone can connect to. And once we do that, we should be good to go. But we do have 2 of the GNL team missing out as well, Cranker and Norris. So I just want to give a shout out to them. Because they're not going to be able to make today's race either. Now, it looks like something's going on. Oh, Havoc! Something's happened to Havoc. He's dropped down a fair amount here, and Figgy's about to overtake him, I think. Ah, no, not Figgy, sorry. Tom and Havoc are battling right now. Havoc 5/10 behind Tom. Let's see if we can see anything on the replay right now to see what happened. There you go, Jan. We've got a replay coming. So, Havoc spun. Havoc actually spun at turn 2, and that allowed Tom to go straight past him before they get to turn 3. Wow, didn't expect that from Havoc.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Bagpuss also dropped down a bit. Let me see if I can see what happened to Bagpuss there.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. I noticed that he seemed like he came out worse out of that situation than anybody.
Ah, I think I know what's happened. I think Bagpuss has spun Havoc, and then he's let Havoc overtake him again, and now he's got back up to racing speed. I think that's what happened there. So they must have come into contact, and Bagpuss has put his hands up and said sorry, and he's let Havoc overtake him again.
Very sportsmanlike of Bagpuss to do so.
Mm-hmm. He is a great driver. He's a very fair driver more than anything, and it's really good to have him back here in OFR.
Yep, hopefully you can catch back up to the pack and challenge for a position.
Yeah, so there's a bit of a battle going on between Havoc and Tom. 6/10 behind right now, Havoc is to Tom. I'm going to jump to the onboard with him, and let's see if he can... He's drifting and sliding around the final corner again. Bagpuss is a bit too far behind to catch him right now, but Havoc is a bit too far to overtake Tom as well. So I think round about in 2 laps time we might start to see the second pit stops. Could you have a look at the tyre wear for Leaker and Bounty and let me know their fuel too?
Alright, so in position 2, Super Bounty, he has about a little less than a quarter tank of fuel remaining, and his tyre wear is looking pretty good, I would say, considering the left tire. Left rear tire wear. His left tire wear doesn't look too bad, so he seems to be managing his tires quite well. Fuel is low, so I'm thinking he's going to pit within the next 2 laps, I would assume. Going on to Laika, who has dropped down to P4. I think he spun off track or something. I'm not sure what happened there. He has a little bit more than a quarter tank of fuel remaining, and his tire wear is actually better than Super Bounty's is at the moment. They're both on RSS tires, race super soft. So Laika will be looking to pit as well in the next 2 laps, I assume.
Mm-hmm. So
Castro's in T3 at the moment. He's low on fuel. I think he has the low fuel indicator on, so he needs to make a decision and make a decision fast as he's about to pass the pit lane. Shane as well actually just entered the pits.
So Shane is in, and looks like he's coming in for his final stop. So it says he's putting the super softs on. Castle's in the pits as well. He only had 4% of fuel left, I think that is. 4 litres, 4%, who knows. So he's coming into the pits as well. Is anyone else pitting? It doesn't look like it. Oh, yeah, Leaker's in. Leaker is in.
Yep.
Ah, we got someone spinning behind. That's Havoc spinning again. Oh, no. Perfect opportunity for a replay, though. Let's see what happened there. So, as he was coming up to the parabolic... Oh, I've caught the replay at the wrong point. Let me go back a bit further. It looks like Bagpuss spun as well. So, Havoc goes around the corner, gets huge oversteer and spins out, loses the rear. And I think Bagpuss does exactly the same thing. Yeah, Bagpuss has spun as well. Let's just watch that replay from Bagpuss's perspective and see what happened with him. So as he was approaching, he brakes at about 50 meters, brakes way too deep and loses the rear as he's watching Havoc spin out at exactly the same point. Really unfortunate for these guys here. But I think Bagpuss came out ahead. Yeah, he came out in 7th place and Havoc's now in 8th. Don't think Havoc's getting on well in these new Porsche cars.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Not sure. Maybe a little bit more seat time. Or maybe it could be just the track, right? Could
be, yeah. Let's look at Havoc's length he's done. He's only done 272 miles. You know, we're looking at everyone else doing about 800, and he's only on 272, so that could be why.
The experience makes a difference. The experience doesn't make it. Oh, Tom just crashes into the barrier on the right side.
Ooh.
I'm not sure what happened there. And
Jan
he reverses off the track.
Jan, your wishes come true. We're watching a replay now to see what happens. He looks like he's just gone through the second Lesmos. He's got a bit too wide, hit the gravel with his rear left, and that's caused him to spin and whack the wall. Yep, really unfortunate there. But he is back on track, and hopefully he can finish the race. So, how are you liking these camera angles, Lex?
They're very unique. I like, you know, I like them. This game, one thing I can say about this game that I absolutely think is not debatable is this game just looks amazing.
It does.
Like at any moment when you're watching this game, it's just it's pleasant on the eye, you know. So that helps the camera angles, I think, a lot. But I think you do get some very good camera angles, especially when you're in the variable option. It does switch to some cool side angles and stuff like that. Unfortunately, though, I'm not able to switch my view to spectate them in first person. I think I have a bug going on.
It's usually R1, I think, or...
Yeah, so I'm
R2.
clicking it, but I'm not getting any function. The only thing that I'm able to do, I don't know if you realize, is if you hold maybe the triangle button, you can zoom into the car. If you're in like, I think it's the variable mode, or if you're watching it from like the broadcast view.
Oh, nice!
Yeah, so you could catch some close, like, you know, 3 wide or 2 wide into a corner battles. Yeah. So Shane is still in the lead, 11 seconds ahead of Super Bounty, so he is feeling comfortable, to say the least. Leica is back up in P4. He jumped up a few positions with his teammate Havoc in P7. What else do we have going on here? Mary's 3 seconds behind Leica. Capsule's 2 seconds behind Super Bounty. So with about 6 laps remaining, it'll be interesting to see how the grid kind of finalizes. Do you think Super Bounty will be able to catch up the difference of 13.5 seconds to Shane?
I don't think so. I think Shane is going to be the driver champion. I know we're only on pre-season, but watching him in practice, watching him in this race alone... Oh, we got Havoc almost spinning, but he's keeping it straight. Sorry. I think Shane has got the outright raw pace around here. Now, we have only seen him hit in Monza. Not entirely sure how he's going to perform in other more technical tracks, but I honestly think, given the stories that I've heard about him and how he's performing in another league, RLH, I think he has the ability to take first
Right.
place early. I think we're basically seeing the AJ of GT Sport right now.
Okay, or bring it even further back. This is like the Izzy.
Yeah, you're right. when Izzy couldn't show up due to work commitments, AJ took that role from him. But Izzy has committed to this next season, and we're going to see some big battles between him and AJ and Stinson up front in F1. And I mean,
nice to see that.
As excited I am about this GT Sport League, with the visuals, with the racing, with the cars, with the liveries, I cannot put aside the fact that D1, no assist this season, is going to be an absolute insane battle for first place. I think it's going to come down to just a few points in the end of it for the Driver Championship. Because while Stinson had the outright pace, AJ had the outright consistency, and Izat just had the outright show up at the last minute and destroy anyone. Now that they've got no racing line, this is going to be very, very tight, and I don't think one of these drivers is going to pull away.
Right. I think F1 is in all of our drivers' hearts a little bit deeper than any other motorsport. You know, I mean, we're not called online formula racing for no reason.
That's right.
So,
that is right.
Definitely, we are. I think we're bound to have an exciting season 2 here at OFR.
I agree, and it's just really nice as well to see that we came up with these nice livery rules where we could advertise OFR on the cars. So you can see we've got these driver number plates on each door and on the roof. We've got OFR logos on the front and rear, and it's just so nice to see that these drivers have cooperated and put these logos on their cars, because it's really visually appealing, and it really does help us to promote this league as well. Yeah. So have you settled your decision on the best looking car yet?
I think I'm going to stick with the golden arrows.
Yeah.
I have a thing for that black and gold right now. That's really, don't be surprised if GT Sport themselves see this livery and try to incorporate it with something. But just
it's
remember,
nice.
guys, in the stream, you seen it here first at OFR.
Right.
So,
damn right. So one thing I've also just noticed as well is that Shane's car out in first place, he's actually got some Jamaican colours going on. Can you see that? He's got the black, the green, and the yellow.
I was looking at that, but I didn't really want to say too much. I may have to ask him with a little flavour.
It's looking. I'm serious, man. I think Golden Arrows or Shane's car, the default car, I think it's down to those two, because they kind of have a similar thing going on. They kind of have the rear of the car painted one colour, the front of the car painted another. But this green and yellow is just contrasting so well on his car.
Yeah.
It looks nice.
The way the yellow, the green is like in the middle, it's just a little like accent. It does the same effect that the gold does on the golden arrows.
Yeah, you're right.
I agree with you. I think they're very, very clean, simple, but sharp looks. And great choice of colors, I would say.
Indeed.
Maybe we should have some type of contest some point in the season where we could have the viewers vote on maybe the best livery of the season or something like that, Well, we have got 9 people watching right now. There's only low numbers because this is only pre-season, but why don't you 9 drivers give us a comment and tell us whose livery you think is best in this current race? Is it going to be the pink BWT Racing Point Porsche GT OFR blah blah blah? Is it going to be Jan's Tag Heuer car, which is also pretty nice actually? He's got this red and white thing going on with the red rims, and that looks pretty nice. Or is it going to be Leica's car, who has got this nice kind of pearlescent TVR blue, green, turquoise colour going on, which really stands out around this track? Is it going to be the Bock and Calls of Mary and Bagpuss with this really nice, almost Art Nouveau type of stripy pattern going on the rear and the hood? Sorry. Or is it going to be Shane's car, which is this Jamaican version of the Golden Arrow? Or is it going to be Figgy, who's currently in 9th place and is in the Golden Arrow with this black, white, and gold setup, as you can see it right now, coming through the final corner? What do you think? And let us know. So Jan has already voted. Jan's voted for his own team, of course, the Tag Heuer. And we've got the SF6. I'm not quite sure who that is, but I think he's voting for the Jan's car as well. So we've got 2 votes for Jan's car. However, Platypus has come in, and he's obviously obliged to say that he is going to be voting for Bock and Calls there. That's his own team. We need some more viewers, because everyone's just voting for their own team right now. Well, it's nice to see the team support happening, in the chat, in the stream.
Indeed, it is. It
good
is.
job for you guys to be supporting the GGs.
Ooh, and sorry about this, viewers. We will watch a replay though, but we've just seen Havoc go super wide at the second Lesmos, I think, and he's having trouble get back on track. So let's just view the replay and see what happened here. So he was coming up to the second Lesmos. He brakes at about 50 meters, turns in, gets a bit too much inside curb, and he gets pushed wide. I'm not sure why, but he went very wide at turn 7, and he spun his car. Oh, and I think he took out Tom at the same time. He did. I'm not sure if he took him out because he was ghosting, but maybe Tom did the same thing, and that affected him there too. So both of these drivers spun, and Havoc came out worse off, unfortunately. But yeah, that was a solid replay there, and it was nice that we could see that again.
Yeah, that feature, it would be amazing to have that one feature in because a lot of times we see the aftermath, or like the right before, like we don't get to see the entirety of an incident take place, especially when like safety cars happen and we're like, what happened? You know, what caused the safety car and things like that. But yeah, so Codemasters, if you guys are listening, add live replays in the broadcaster option. I think it would be great.
Yeah, it would be. So we've also got Astro voting for his own team, of course, so he's voting for Team Default. But I just want to point out, Mary has come out of nowhere, and he's now 1.4 seconds behind Leaker, who's got really scruffy. Oh, Leaker's spinning! He's spinning! Oh, he's managed to keep it on! He's kept it on! But look how close Mary is now! 2 tenths behind, and he's taken him! Mary's taken him already!
But he has a penalty. He has a 5-10 penalty. Which will play in effect. He has to give up that 5/10, which is just enough time for Leica to challenge. Leica's about 7 tenths behind right now, so let's see when Mary chooses to give that penalty, because he must slow down eventually, right?
Yeah, and he's just set a best lap as well. Let's click F12 and see what that is. He's just set a 1:49.0. That's Mary in the 911 RSR Bokken Qualls car there. Where is he going to serve this penalty? He needs to make sure he does it in a slow part of the track so Leica can't catch up too much. You don't want to take it on a straight, but he hasn't even taken it yet. He's through turn 2 and he's not taken it.
Well, he could choose to not take it and then just suffer it at the end of the race, which will be up to Leica to be able to make up that difference, right? So at the moment, because Mary is about 8 tenths ahead of Leica, technically because of the penalty, that's 3 tenths, right? So if Leica can make up that 3 tenths, then Leica will finish in P4 and Mary will finish in P5.
True.
So they just have to race it out then if he doesn't want to serve. Oh, he served a little bit.
He served. Yeah, I was just about to say that. So one thing I'm not currently aware of due to a lack of knowledge of this game, Havoc's left. Havoc's left the room. Not sure what happened there. I can't see his car anywhere on track. Oh, I think they've just passed it. That's not Leica. No, that's not Leica. Bagpuss is still moving. One of these cars has stopped. But anyway, can you just not serve the penalty and just wait till the end? Or do you have to serve it before a certain amount of laps?
No, you don't. Well, I mean, from once you get a penalty, unless you serve it in race, you will end the race with the penalty, and the penalty will just result in a time penalty. So whatever the penalty was that you had to serve in race, if you don't serve it, it'll just be added on to your final time.
I see. So it looks like Mary's served all of his penalty now, and look, Leica's just a 10th behind. There's going to be a battle here. I'm going to jump to Leica's onboard now and see how he does it. Mary's chosen the inside line. Last lap. Sorry, I'm losing my words here. Leica's gone right back behind Mary to try and get a slipstream. Mary's broke at about 125. Leica follows. Ooh, it's close. It's close. But Mary's out ahead. I think that was Leica's only opportunity. I don't think he's going to get another chance now. He's dropped back 8 tenths already.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So we have the race leader currently coming up to the Ascari chicane at 8, 9 and 10. He's 21 seconds ahead and he has the fastest lap right now. His previous lap was a 1:49.8. That is also maybe even faster than those guys did in the first heat here. That is absolutely amazing. So he is doing a pretty good job here. He's about to cross the line, but if you could just keep an eye on Mary and Leica just to see if anything's going to happen here, I will keep an eye on the race leader and make sure we catch him as he crosses the line. Really solid performance from him. Very fast out on track. He is going to be the one to beat, guys. I know this is only pre-season, but he is extremely fast. in his default car right there. So he's just coming around the final corner now, going to zoom into his car. And he's crossed the line. He's finished the race, first place, 21 seconds ahead. Going to jump down to Super Bounty now, who is just coming up to the Parabolica as well. He's about to come into the final part of that corner, and he's going to take second place. No penalties, a very healthy second place there in that pink car.
Shane, bravo, Rachel.
And he finishes the race. Castle's going to be next. Oh, Castle's gone wide, and Mary's taken him. Oh, he spun. Castle has spun, unfortunately. Oh, no, right on the last corner there. But that means Mary's going to take third place. Leek is going to take fourth place.
Oh, wow.
Oh, really unfortunate for Castle there. Thankfully, Bagpuss was a bit too far behind. Castle scruffed it into the Parabolica, and he's lost out 2 places. Mary taking third place for Bock and Calls there. Congratulations as Castle crosses the line in 5th place.
You gotta love racing, man. Gotta love racing.
Was not expecting that to happen. So Bagpuss is coming across the line now. He's going to take up 6th place. Solid performance from him. And the last person to cross the line will be Tom. Figgy was a lap down, so he's finished already. Tom's car is looking battered and bruised in every part of that. But he has done a solid race. He's a very good driver, and he's adapted to this GT Sport racing pretty quickly. Really proud of Tom there. He's only done 273 miles in his car as well, so he is still fairly new to this track and his car, but he has finished now. Solid performance, well done.
Yep, gotta say, GG's to all the drivers who came out. GG's to all the drivers that had finished. And yeah, it was a great performance. My Shane, of course.
Solid. Well done, Shane. So, that's the end of the stream, guys. We've got D3 starting in just 40 minutes time. Lex, you looking forward to the race? You're going to be racing there?
Oh, definitely. I'm just going to go stretch my legs a bit. And yeah, see you in no time. No
time at all, yep. So I'm going to stop the stream now. Make sure you guys tune in for D3 race. Bob's your uncle's going to be commentating there with me, I think. And it's going to be great. Lots of new drivers, lots of fun. 25% race at Monza again with an 18-minute quali. So make sure you tune in. Thanks, guys.